Hey guys, today we're going to have a conversation about bench work. So how's everybody doing today? Papa from PapaVilletrains here. Finally getting started on the new layout, which I'm going to show you my progress here in a little bit. But I want to talk to you about bench work. Everybody's got different ways that they do it. Some people like to talk about a modular setup. They talk about the different types of materials you're supposed to use. Some guys use 2x4, some guys use 1x4s, and everybody does it a little bit differently. With me, I'm going to be doing all my stuff with my structural with 2x4s, and my decking is going to be 3/4 inch MDF. I like the MDF. It's got a super smooth finish to it. It's easy to work with. It's very heavy and very solid. If you're in an area where you're dealing with a lot of humidity, MDF it might not be your best idea, because it is basically, you know, paper, for lack of a better term. I'm down in my basement. It's very climate controlled. It's usually pretty dry down here. I've used MDF before for other applications, and in this house, MDF works great, and I like the sturdiness of it. Some of the other different things that people will do is some people use cheaper plywood, but then they're putting foam on top of it, anywhere from 1 inch to 2 inch. I will be using some of the pink foam, but I'm going to use it more, not necessarily covering everything. It's going to be more in the areas for scenic type stuff, which in the future I'll be showing you how I'm using it. I like the MDF, like I said, because it's got the smooth finish. Once I get it down, everything's going to be painted one earth tone type color, and then I can go on from there. So going back to talking about the bench work as far as building your structural part, everything that's going to be on top of it. Like I say, I'm using 2x4s. Bottom line is, you want to make it sturdy, especially if you plan on getting up on top of your bench work to reach areas that you can't get to. The way I've designed mine is kind of a horseshoe type setup. I'll show you here in a little bit, like I said. But I've done it to where I am going to be able to reach everything. The maximum width area that I have is going to be 5 feet, but it's accessible from both sides, so it's only 2.5 feet reach. I do have this little bit of area that's right behind me here. That is actually 36 inches, but here again, it's enough that I'm going to be able to reach the farthest back area. One of the important things, and just about everybody will tell you this, regardless of what type of, if you're going to make your structure with 1x3, 1x4, 2x4, however you're going to make your structures, on your bracing pieces, this is important. Drill holes. This is going to be a bracing piece that's going to go in there. Instead of having to run my wires underneath, you run your wires right through the holes. It makes things a lot neater. Some people will do 4 or 5 holes, kind of the way I'm doing it. I figure a hole on each end is going to work for me, you know. But yeah, that is important, because the way you're going to run your wiring, it makes it a lot neater and a lot cleaner. I've seen guys that even will have gone crazy and have conduit underneath there. I'm not going to that. But yeah, drill holes in your boards ahead of time before you put them in. Think about, plan ahead. On my first couple of layouts, I didn't really plan ahead. I just wanted to build and get it done and get going. This time, I'm taking my time, doing things hopefully the right way. We'll see as time progresses on. So, yeah. If you got any questions or comments about how you're doing your bench work, let me know. Put it in the comments section. I'd love to hear the different ideas. There are a lot of people that like to do modular. They'll basically do a 4-foot section and then they hook all their sections together. I'm not doing that because mine is going to be a permanent layout. I don't plan on changing it in the future. Well, I might, but that'd be way down the road. But yeah, we're going to leave it as it is. Modular is kind of cool because you can move sections around and you know, and bolt them together. But yeah, that's not the route I'm going. So I'm going to show you how far along I am so far, and I'm going to show you I actually have a backdrop set up, which I did super on the cheap. I went to Hobby Lobby. Let me turn this a little bit. So as you can see it back there, it's Hobby Lobby. It's actually, I use the same stuff back here. This fake brick wall, it's just paper. Here, let me show you. Bingo, that's it. It's a little bit more heavy duty than say wrapping paper, you know, but this stuff is dirt cheap. I got for, you know, that's a sky with clouds. I'll give you a closer look in a bit, but it was $6.49 a roll, and I was able to do the entire room with 3 rolls. So for under 20 bucks for all that backdrop, I think that's doing things on the cheap, and you know, it's gonna last, hopefully. And if I ever want to change it, it's super easy to pull it down. It's actually all put up with, I just used 2-sided tape and ran it around the windows. I just was nice and neat, easy with the cuts. I did, you see back here, I got some light switches where I just said it was super easy. When you cut the hole for the light switch, put the plate back on there. So, and as you can see, that's some of the bench work that I have so far. I'm gonna take you over there and we'll give you a closer look. Okay, so here's where I am with the bench work so far. I am doing my spacing. A lot of guys will run them every 2 feet. I'm running them every 4 feet because, like I say, I'm using the 3/4 inch MDF, which that stuff is solid as a rock, and I don't plan on having to get up here. But as you can see, I can easily reach back to the back section, and this section right here, that's I think it's actually 35.5 inches. And then as you can see, I have my holes for my wiring. This back section here comes 30 inches off the wall. And this is gonna be a walkway area. It's gonna be 2 feet right here. Over on this section walkway, this one is gonna be 30 inches. And the blue lines are gonna be lift bridges. This one is just gonna be a road, and that one is gonna have track on it. So as you can see, sorry to be moving around so quickly on you guys here, but as you can see, so I'm just gonna come around this way, gonna curve in here, and then we have all this section here, whoops, this section here. I'm gonna have my controls right here. I'm planning on, in this section here, underneath the bridge work, or the bench work, that's, you know, it's 38 inches high. So in this section right here, I'm gonna have shelves underneath it, because the way it's set up is you come down into the basement right there. So I figured it looked pretty cool as a presentation. When you come in, and bang, right there will be nice cases with my different engines and stuff, that some of my prize pieces that are in there. So that's where I'm at so far. Not going as long as quickly as I've liked, but it's okay. I put up some track lighting both there and there. And what is nice is, I'll show you how it looks without the overhead on. So as you can see, that lighting is pretty cool there. And then of course I have I've shown you guys this area before. That's my workbench, and still haven't found any bar stools. I've got one, need to get a couple of more. And then something else I wanted to show you guys. I don't know if you saw this over my shoulder. I went to a flea market a few weeks ago, and there was a lady that sells these things. It is called Lizard. Hang on, I got her business card. There we go. Laserlizard. Her name's Suzanne Sue. Really nice gal. There's her information on there. I'll focus in. There we go. She custom makes these things. And what's really neat, it has a remote control. And you can change the colors, change the way that it. Oh, sorry about this, guys. So it comes with a nice little remote control. And she'll custom make as long as you can send her a picture or a file of some type. It's got a lot of different modes. This particular one is just what they call fade. This is called flash. Or you can just, you can just pick any particular individual color that you want. As you see on the remote, you've got a lot of different colors to choose from. She also has a lot of them that are pre-made. There are different sports logos, all different kinds of stuff. I got a great deal on this. She put that together for me for, I think it was $48, and that was shipped to my house. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So if you want something neat for in your training room, and this is, you know, you can see my hand here, it's about a foot tall. So yeah, it's kind of cool. So it's always nice to have the little extra stuffs in your train room. You know, it's not just about the train. Sometimes it's about the, you know, it's like I've got some old Lionel stock certificates up here, and I got some. These are going to end up going on shelves. I also put together a. My wife hates this picture, and I can't wait to get it on the wall. It's actually got a 3D effect to it. It's kind of cool. Okay, I'm boring you guys now with a bunch of stuff, so let's get back to business. All right, so that's where I'm at so far. I'm hoping next weekend I'm going to be picking up the deck boards, and hopefully I'll get the rest of this, you know, the framework done. My son said he was going to come over and give me a hand. Kind of hard to do some of this stuff by yourself when you're trying to get everything perfectly level. So, all right, guys. As always, you know, if you're liking what you're seeing, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm at about 600 subscribers, which I appreciate every single one of you. I thank you so much. Yeah, so, you know, share these videos with some friends of yours. I have some how-to videos on here too, that if you know somebody that's got a wiring issue, or they want to know how to do certain things, you know, have them scroll through the different stuff I have, and maybe there's a video that can help them out. All right, guys, as always, thank you very much. I appreciate everything that you guys have been, you know, comments that you've been making. You know, keep them coming, and you guys have a wonderful day. Choo-choo!